I come from the National Research Foundation of South Africa, shortly the NRF. And the NRF is a funding agency and a science granting council in South Africa. By far one of the mostly, I would say, recognized science granting council in the African continent, working together with our partner sister agencies in the African continent and also global science granting councils. So I work for the NRF and I head as group executive business advancement, and the business advancement at the NRF is responsible for and leads global partnerships and also business development of the NRF.
So, what makes this sort of collaboration between South Africa and Switzerland important for our scientists, especially in fields such as climate change and many other fields where we collaborate? Why is it important that South Africa puts its money in this as well as Switzerland?
Yes, science is important, and it helps when it's open and it's in partnership. It's a global endeavor. So we've got these bilateral relationships with different countries. And I want to say the Swiss-South Africa bilateral relationship is alive, and we are the implementer of this bilateral relationship. So the importance is that it opens up opportunities for our researchers, for our students, even for practitioners like ourselves in the science system, to share ideas, to learn, but also to give to the world. So it's important that we collaborate so that we can tackle global challenges together in our local contexts.
The ordinary South African will ask, so how do I benefit from this? Why is this important for South Africa to be a part of, some of these research chairs and head up some of these innovations?
Yes, you know the African saying that if you want to go far, we go together. But if you want to go fast, you go alone. So we want to go far and we want to go together with the rest of the world. So it's important that we share ideas and we learn, and also we bring money as well. It's diversification of income to support research. And not only research in our local environments, but also exchange of knowledge and exchange of ideas. So the partnerships that we've had with the Swiss government and the Swiss institutions has enabled South African students to come to Switzerland, has enabled Swiss students to come to South Africa. And so it's a mutually beneficial relationship that we have.
So we spoke earlier to Professor Claudio, and he spoke about blockchain technology and a very exciting opportunity that's coming up at the University of Cape Town, where the University of Zurich is actually collaborating with the University of Cape Town, partnering in that endeavor. So what are some of the other exciting collaborations that we're looking forward to, the ones where you have put in money and, that you are watching at the moment?
Sakinah, this has been going on since 2007. So when Department of Science and Technology signed this agreement between Swiss and South Africa, the National Research Foundation is the implementer of this agreement. So since then, we've been funding projects on firstly 3-year terms, it went on to 5-year terms, and now we've ended in that agreement in 2024, and we're working on renewing it. But on the side, there's other initiatives that are also complementing the agreement, like the South African Research Chairs Initiative, where we have now the Swiss-South Africa bilateral chair. Claudio is one of those examples with the University of Cape Town in blockchain technology. The other ones have been on public health, with UCT and University of Basel, and we are working on other initiatives with our counterpart here in Switzerland, the SNSF.
And very interesting, because we're going to see a bit of that when we do go to Basel. But other universities probably thinking, how do we get in on the action? Yeah, it seems as though UCT is enjoying this. But what about other universities in South Africa?
Another chair is at the University of Johannesburg, for example, that we've continued as the NRF on blockchain technology as well. But there are other opportunities. Right now, the NRF has got an open call on the presidential PhD projects. And one of the goals of us coming here is also to make it known and also to get resources for the presidential PhD project and the students that will be involved in it so that they can benefit. So it's an open season, I would say, for students.
Open season, and the money is there, because that's the important part, is the money there to fund it.
We are leveraging on the existing resources that we have. That's why we have this, the benefit of these partnerships, that we leverage on existing funding mechanisms that we have already. So we work on the money while we also work on the mechanisms and the modalities.
But there is money.
There is money.
That's what we like to hear. There is money for all of this innovative science and research. And of course, we will be talking more about that money and letting you know where the areas of cooperation are. What are the exciting projects you heard this morning from Professor Claudio Tassoni about what's coming up in July at the University of Cape Town. And remember, he said it's open to all students. So any student, and not just science students, come through looking at blockchain technology there and collaborating with students from across the world. And you heard there from Dr. Thandi Mgwebi, there's money, guys. So if you're around, if there's some exciting, innovative research, this is where you come, and you may find yourself being assisted to collaborate more broadly. So Dr. Thandi Mgwebi, she is, of course, the Group Executive, Business Advancement, and she heads the portfolio of Global Partnership and Business Development at the National Research Foundation of South Africa.